There's no him and there's no Han. We got to get right into it. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Today's guest has been featured on HBO, Comedy Central, Netflix, a GLAAD Award winner, Gays and Lesbians AAD. Right? Very exciting. Marga Gomez.
Keith Malley.
How you doing, Marga?
Chemda Khalili.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
What is? I of course know it's pro everything good. What does GLAAD stand for?
Gays and Lesbians Against Defamation. Damn it, I don't know.
Right.
But I got
No one
it.
knows.
But everybody's heard of it.
Right.
And actually, I don't even have the award, but I know that I got it because if I just Google it and I see it.
Okay, well, congrats.
It's my own website, but
Should we tell them that you never got the award?
you know what? It would be nice to get something like a piece of paper or anything.
If they want people to know what it stands for, they got to
That's
give
true.
out an award.
That's true.
Well, I know it stands for good things, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation.
Right.
Oh, it's only one D.
2 A's.
Oh, I've been spelling it wrong.
Right. Well, we spelled it right in your
Okay.
bio, so don't
That's
worry.
what straight people do.
Fairly,
Well, and when I say that, I mean, I don't know what, you know.
What I am?
You're Pan. You're Pan.
I'm Pan.
Yeah.
she pans like to the left and to the right, like
Yes.
speakers.
Are you trying to figure out
Nothing sticks to your pan.
You know what? I haven't seen Brother Love lately, but we got Marga. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing sticks to your pan. It's like, what are words? You just throw them out there. I love it. I love it.
Teflon, baby.
Right. If you stop talking, you'll die like a shark. Stop swimming. So, Chemda and you recently saw each other, right?
I went over to your place, and we looked for the remote because we were going to watch Hannah Gadsby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then we never found it, and I made a bet that you would never find it, and then you did.
Mm-hmm.
And now I owe you, I don't know what. I
It
owe
was
you
$5.
something.
But
$5.
I said we'll waive it and let's have coffee.
That's right.
That you wouldn't find it on Netflix by searching for it?
No, that I wouldn't find my remote.
Her remote.
Oh,
We
okay.
looked all
Marga's-
over the place.
Marga's being cute.
Okay.
Well,
Is that any of this a euphemism for sex?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it?
Now, she
I don't
was...
remember.
Okay. Now, let's get right to it. Right, Marga? I mean, this is all your fault. Don't act like I'm reading diaries here. You're doing this right now. Now, when Chemda was doing her celibacy silliness, right? And you're visiting her, do you try to respect the celibacy thing? Because I see you all horned up. I follow your Instagram. You rate single on your Instagram bio as if it's Tinder or something.
With a unicorn.
With a unicorn, right?
That's my dildo.
So when you visit her and you know, like, okay, let's see if she knows any better. Could she hold out? You know she's getting frothy, right?
Yes.
Do you think, hey, maybe I'll make a move. We'll see what happens?
Yes.
What was your move? I'd love to know what your move was.
My move is I let them come to me.
Right. And-
So nothing happened.
Okay. So your move is you're there. I moved to your apartment, and now you go.
My move is intent plus time,
Right.
but it just wasn't. You know, she had the contraption on,
The leg.
and then we
brace.
got involved with the remote,
Right.
and I think it might have been my energy changed to I got to find the remote.
Right.
You know, sort
Did
of
you
to-
think watching Hannah Gadsby, is it like, let's add even more alternative lifestyle stuff into this? Like, how much different things can we get into this?
a lot of people masturbate
Right.
to Hannah Gadsby?
She's talking about being, defamed against, and you're like, this will get people juiced up.
This will make Hannah mad.
Yeah.
But you okay.
Uh-oh.
You try. It's like you try to take things I say the wrong way. I'm like, oh, Mark, I saw your show. You're so charismatic on stage, and she goes, oh, on stage I'm charismatic. And I'm like, off stage too. Come on.
Right.
Well, I'm very French like that.
Oh,
Can't
yeah?
take a compliment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you knew her ex-husband, of course, or at least of him.
That's when I really wanted him to.
Right. Because you're like, oh, what is going on here? This shouldn't be happening. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, and I'm also into, remember, robbery, train robbery,
Uh-huh. I don't know what you're
married
talking about.
women, married women.
You like that. You like the dirtiness of it, right?
Well, I just happened to. There's really good feedback from the married women that I have known.
Okay.
You know, and then they're not married anymore, and they're not with me, but still, I'm like the
Right.
I'm like the Harriet Tubman for married women.
Okay.
After that, they really have their own lives back.
What was Hennessy's response to you? What was the ex-husband's response to you at the time?
Were you hitting on me?
In my
Really?
way, in my way.
In your way. Is that what hitting on is? I miss everything.
I'm all subtext.
Was I supposed to notice that?
Well, listen, I mean, I had, not to kiss up, but, I had a crush on both you guys. I had dreams, before I ever met you, I mean, I started.
Both who guys? You can spell it out.
Keith Malley
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
was in there too, but not the same kind of dream. I just wanted to be your friend.
Okay.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you. And so the first time we actually met, and you know who got us together?
My
Patrice.
brother.
Oh, your brother and my cousin.
Yeah.
That's right.
My
that's
brother
right.
and her cousin dated like years before we met, before we had the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So,
Shout out to Chastity.
So when I met you, Chastity, hey, all right, so maybe she'll actually, listen to me now. You were wearing that dress, and it was a beautiful summer night.
That dress.
And it was a dress that kind of flowed in the wind a little bit.
Oh, like a dress.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and there was no. I don't think there was any husband at that time. You and Hennessy were just getting. I almost said Hennessy. We were just getting together. Anyway, I was, I was fangirling, but also, ready to bone. With my little bone, and
The clitoris.
yes, if you must. And
I guess he must, because he musts all the time.
And then Emily was there too. We went to, I don't know, some book thing or something, some art show, and it was all in Dumbo.
Okay.
And then after that, I went back to the West Coast, and then you and Hennessy got married, and then I went and played ping pong with you. Remember, we all went and played. Now that was when I was a little bit more, just my energy was maybe more obvious to your husband, and well, I just felt that I got shoved a little bit, and sort of like a playful shove that hurt. And so physically, yes. But, kind of like guys shoving guys, but I'm really delicate.
Like saying what? Like, what are you doing hitting on my girl? Like that?
Something like that. But, like joking.
Okay.
Like he was joking.
But even though he wasn't joking, was he out of line the way I'm listening?
I don't like it.
Right, but you were hitting on his woman, right?
Not really. I mean, unless he was psychic, but I think that he was. He may still be. He may be listening to me now without an internet connection. So anyway, I caught that, and I guess that was it, really. The only thing, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I was so guilty for going after a married woman that I imagined that it was a little tap that I felt as a shove, almost as an injury.
But she was, right? See, here's the
I
thing.
never felt like she was hitting on me, ever.
But
Me?
Yeah.
I know. See how good I am?
Yeah, I never.
I'm
Yeah, that's
good.
real good.
So, if you shove everybody, you'll get one or two
Yeah.
right. That's what it sounds like to me, right? And we're talking to you, and this one was right.
Hennessy shoved me.
Right.
Hemda never shoved me.
No, I follow.
You want me
She
to shove
was
you?
just, sort of in a,
Now,
in a
is
dream
this-
world. I think you smuggled some food into the ping pong place. Yeah.
Sounds
so
like-
you were kind of upset, kind of involved in
Okay,
hiding
I
your
probably
food.
wouldn't, highlight the food part in the story. But all right, that happened. When Henda says, "Oh, you wanted to shove me," like is that cruel? Like if she doesn't do something with you now, like why would she even throw that out? Like right now, why did she just say that you want me to shove you? Why did that even just happen?
She did that when I was visiting her this last
No, I
time.
didn't.
She was doing like scolding things.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And then I, like not telling me I was a piece of shit, but something like that. Like, oh, you're
No,
you're a
Marga-
dork. You're
no.
a dork. She goes, yeah, you're a dork.
You are a dork. Marga
See,
says.
she's hitting on me right now.
Marga says ridiculous things sometimes, and I go, Marga, you're being ridiculous, and she's like, stop
said
hitting
that.
on me.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Ooh.
Right now, when you hear,
I take my sweater off.
yeah. Now, when you hear that she gets it on with Xerxes, are you like, you didn't even wait till the end of celibacy, and I was half pretending to be nice? Like, would you have tried harder if you knew that
yeah.
was all silliness? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have to say, I do like Xerxes, and so I think it's a good choice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I believe you.
Can
No, he came to my show. Pretty much anybody who comes to my show can fuck any of my friends and fuck me.
okay, you want to hear a true story? This is gonna make you sick, but I think you should know. See that bruise on Henda's left arm?
Wow.
That's a sex bruise.
I have to put my glasses on.
Yeah. Now,
Oh my God.
All right.
can you imagine?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do we think about that?
Well, I want to know, like, when it happened. What were you talking? Were you in bed?
think I was talking
Were you
too much
leaving?
is
Were you
the
saying gotta
problem.
go? You were talking too much. Well, that's not how to stop somebody talking.
Oh no, you don't think?
No, no. You know, put something in the talking area.
You ever get like that? You're having sex and you're making black and blue marks all over the place.
Well, you know what I like?
No,
Hickeys.
you do?
I love them.
Huh?
They
Yeah.
feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. They do.
You ever
I-
do them to yourself with a vacuum cleaner? Maybe it's a big show and you
The
want to show
vacuum,
off.
the vacuum doesn't have the greatest tongue.
I have a dust buster.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
So is this what it's like when you two hang out?
This is the best conversation me and Ken have ever had. But listen, I'm actually,
What do you think I'm doing?
I'm at peace right now. Actually, I'm not on the make to anybody, to any. I am at peace now.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. No, I have no carnal needs.
And Andrea, send me a definition of peace.
Ooh, Andrea.
See?
She didn't even get in touch this time when she was in New York.
I just got to New York
No.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, it just dawned on you yesterday that you were coming.
All right, that would require me to go into logistics that I'm sure you don't want me to talk about.
No, I don't have time for details. So I follow Marga's Twitter accounts. I follow all the accounts. I'm looking at Marga Gomez, and she rates stores. You don't get to call it a personal TV tray. I want to share my TV tray with someone special. But this is the part I found more interesting. Hashtag banned from Tinder. Were you really banned from Tinder?
I'm banned from Tinder.
For doing what?
For hitting
I
on
wish.
people's wives.
Yeah.
No,
John-
actually, that's all they showed me is couples. No, I wish I could say that I did it myself, but I think because I've been, I tried talking to the Tinder customer support, which is this really mean robot.
Okay.
But I think somebody hacked my account, and then they did amazing things.
What'd they do?
I don't know because the robot won't tell me. I said, please just tell me, and then it would.
Oh,
just
you
tell
really
me,
don't know why you're banned?
No, and you can't get through this wall of customer support that just sends you back to telling you to look at the terms of service, which I did. So, yeah, so I don't know I just, that would be fun. So if anybody got anything inappropriate from me on Tinder, please hit me up.
You ever send pictures without asking? Tinder sounds like a dirty place, but maybe that's what it was.
Do you hear the way
Of
she
my
hits
little
on
bone.
people? What do you think she's sending? It's like, oh, I sent Chemda a picture of like.
I sent a dash and an asterisk. No, somebody
you-
hacked it, and now I can't get back on. And I love swiping so much, so I had to, one night I just went back to OkCupid, and I don't know if I was high or drunk. I'm almost at 30 days off. I'm not but I'm at a whole 30. So just for the bloating, I'm not drinking. But
Okay.
just want you to know.
No, I just mean
didn't
I
want
have
to
to.
front.
Right. I just have to read the transcripts later to catch on. But okay, I think I follow.
Oh,
you
sorry.
haven't been on the dating apps for 30 days. And,
No,
and then
no,
you threw in a little drinking joke.
I'm sorry. That's wrong. No, I'm banned from Tinder, and this has been for several months.
Okay.
And I haven't been drinking for almost 30 days because I'm on the whole 30 food plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably a no sugar plan. Is it one of
Yeah,
these?
yeah.
All right. Congrats.
Thank you.
How do you feel? You sound less anxiety ridden. How you holding up?
Oh, good. This is the
Okay.
third time I've done it.
Okay.
I yo-yo.
All right.
Yeah.
You good at it when you do it?
Yo-yoing? Yes.
Do you find does watching what you eat affect positively your anxiety in general?
I think I think that the no drinking really feels good. Although
Okay.
I will be having a cocktail on the 15th because that's the end of my 30 days, and then
Okay.
I'm going to go back on it. But yeah, it feels good. I don't know why. It's just like your skin clears up and,
Right.
and
Wait, what
and
does
all
this
that.
have to do with OkCupid?
Nothing. We just moved on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's thinking about doing OkCupid.
Are you swiping?
Oh yeah, so I couldn't get on Tinder, and then one night I was just feeling maybe I don't know lonely, or just curious
Yeah.
in a bad way. What do they call that?
Horny.
Morbidly
Morbid.
curious. So I like to laugh at the people. I like to, by myself,
Masturbating.
chuckle.
Right. Little chuckle
God,
downstairs.
no. I just like to, because they take such terrible pictures, especially in my age range.
Yeah.
So
What was I laughing at just the other day? Yeah, stepdaughter and brother. We were laughing. Yeah.
so
I was laughing at some
wait.
BBC.
See? She thought it was the news.
I really did.
She's like, this is some weird news channel in England.
Oh, so I just swiped yes to I don't know, maybe 30, 40 people. Anybody who wasn't extremely hideous or creepy or nuts, I just swiped yes, yes, yes.
Right.
And then some of them started writing back, and then I just deleted my account.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Too much, yeah.
It was too much. I had a, it's a problem. So I guess
Okay,
I'm banned from that too.
Okay, so the anxiety is staying. I see. So have some sugar. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Your birthday's coming up, by the way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
June 17th?
15.
June 15th.
Oh no. Maybe.
You keep it a secret? You say how old you are. You just hide the date.
It's June 15th, yes. Oh, no. It's not. It's June 17th.
Okay. Is it June 19th?
Yes.
Which one is it?
It's mid-June.
It's one of these.
Let's call it mid-June.
Okay.
Mid-June.
Why would you not say your
I
date?
can't say why.
Oh.
What?
I
don't-
can't say why.
Alright, cool.
What do you mean, no?
Well, just, privacy. I'll tell you how old.
Well, I know you're born in 1960.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
Well, why do you lie everywhere?
Show business. You should all start lying, too. I've been listening to you, for 20 years now. It's time for you to start lying. You were just young punks when I started listening to you. She was a child. It's time for everybody to lie. If you're in show business, lie as soon as you can.
Right.
Change your Wikipedia. My Wikipedia's changed. That's not the year.
Is your name Marga? I understand. It's weird, but I understand the lying about the age. It's funny to me lying about the date.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Henda knows somehow,
I
but
don't
what
know
the reason, but I don't. How would that make any sense unless are you hiding from somebody? That's all. It makes no fucking sense. That's what's going on. You live quite a life.
Isn't the most important thing how old I'm going to be?
No, it's trust. That's the most important thing. But okay. How old are you going to be?
Here we go.
Okay, I didn't mean to drag it out of you.
This is big.
Okay.
Okay.
You ever announced this?
I announced it 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then nobody cared. And I'm going
Okay.
to announce it now when it's really critical, when it's
Okay.
horrible,
All right.
when it's intensive care. I'm going to be 65.
Oh! Oh! Holy shit. My God.
What'd you write that down for? You don't need to write that down.
You're going to say it 3 times later. I'm going to see if the numbers match up.
Yeah. And
How do you feel?
terrible. It's horrible.
But it felt good to announce it for some reason, right?
I'm not sure, but I decided that I was going to do it on the show because I have to. I've been lying about my age for so long because I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I was going to get this great millennial following, I was going to get all these, I was going to get that Hollywood sitcom. I was going to get all these things. And it's like, no, I'm not going to get that. I'm obviously not 40 or 30 or 50, So this was like just ripping off the bandage and just saying it on here.
Everybody lies and says that you're younger. Lie and say you're older. And you look great. That's the secret. I'm 54. Yeah.
I don't know. I know a
Almost.
lot of people my age that you look younger than.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look amazing.
You do look amazing.
I'm Latina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, but it's,
You also have like the amount of energy of people like 20 years younger. than
and
you.
I have a really childish voice also. Like the voice is not coming up.
No, maybe
to
the things you say, but not the voice.
It's my voice. I'm banned from Tinder because of the sound of my voice.
My voice is very youthful. But I think I'm going to go a different way where I was trying to get like younger people to like me. I want to get older people to like. I want to go up. It's
Right.
true. I want to get like 70 and 80. I mean, they're not going to come to the club, but I'm going to figure out how to make this profitable.
Okay. The brain you were pointing to.
Yes, I was pointing to
Okay.
my brain.
Right. I asked you this before the show started. Did you have any interest in Doris Day? And you said, and I just figured all gay entertainers love the old greats.
Yes.
Okay. And so then I said, yeah, well, did it bum you out that she passed away? And that blew your mind, as if Keith Malley just brings up Doris Day.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sorry I shocked you this way. But Doris Day did pass away at 97 years old.
Yeah, much older than me.
Much older than you. But
you'd still hit it.
Maybe.
She had-
I check it out first.
Okay.
she was like the good girl next door, right?
She was. I mean, that was it. Yeah, that's the character she was known for. And
When she was in, if she was in movies, even if it's romantic or had a undertone of sex, it's always like sweet. Tony Randall, he's goofy. Rock Hudson, of course, he's
she
gay.
was in a Hitchcock movie called The Man Who Knew Too Much.
Okay.
Or Knows Too Much.
Where she did Que
Jimmy
Sera
Stewart.
Sera, right?
Right. She did sing, but it was a suspense film. So she did a few dramas. She's a pretty good actress. And also, she loved dogs. And so she had a hotel in, or she still does, in, I don't
However
know
we
what
look
the
at
tense,
it,
in California, around Monterey. And it's for people with dogs. And so you can bring and this was before you could bring your dogs anywhere, so when there were laws. And
Before
so
you could
I
put them
stayed
in little pouches.
Yeah, they didn't have to. They could just run freely. And so I went and I stayed, and it was all people just would gather in the lobby with their dogs and talk to each other about their dogs.
Did you have a dog, or you just pretended to be around dogs?
I actually pretended to be a dog. I already had a collar.
Just sniffing ass.
It is nice to be petted.
Yeah.
But did you have a dog, or would you just like to hang around the dogs?
I don't know if I think I had a dog then, but I didn't bring the dog with me. I just wanted to, go to her hotel because, yeah. And she also was rumored to be a lesbian her whole life.
Oh, yeah?
And also when Rock Hudson was one of the first actors with AIDS, she was the first celebrity to just, because they made movies together, to just say, he's my friend. I'm going to, I'm not afraid of him. I'm hugging him and all this. So that was kind of a, like the
That's
coolest
nice.
thing she did. Yeah.
The Doris Day Animal Foundation is the one that confirmed that she died. That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
She died in her home in Carmel Valley, California. The foundation says in an emailed statement that she was surrounded by close friends. She was in excellent physical health for her age until recently contracting pneumonia.
From a dog?
From a dog, ironically. She was known as a honey-voiced singer and actress whose film dramas, musicals, and innocent sex comedies made her a top star in the 50s and 60s and among the most popular screen actresses in history. There you have it. April 3rd was her birthday. Turned 97. What are you going to do today to celebrate her honor? Anything special?
Lobster roll?
Sing Dream a Little Dream of Me? What are you going to do?
I guess. She was.
Go to the dog park?
She was also. Her whole thing was she was a virgin.
Ugh.
So
sorry.
I guess I'll just continue.
Hem is remembering these last 11 months, and she's like, ugh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Do you get into Game of Thrones? How exciting, right?
Well, I took a free trial from HBO.
Okay.
And I watched all seasons of Game of Thrones in like 3 days. Like I basically fast forwarded through any of the fight scenes.
Well, that makes sense. I'm like, how'd you get through 7 seasons?
Yeah.
You're like, I fast forward when there's murder or rape. Oh, okay, then it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I basically just stopped at that hot queen.
Uh-huh.
Not the one with the dinosaurs. That is really stupid. I hate
Right.
that. Oh, yeah. So I fast forward past any dinosaurs. I see a dinosaur. I'm out.
Right.
No, it's just that.
For the rest of you, that's dragons.
Oh, yeah. But
But I can tell who cares.
they're going by so fast.
Right.
But
So the flying dinosaurs
the blind, yeah.
that breathe fire.
It takes them forever to fly. I think one of them's dead. Spoiler. And then I just want to see the queen who fucks her brother.
Yes.
She's so hot.
Right.
Yeah. So basically,
Are you using it as porn?
it's really You know, I learned from
You're
your
under
show.
arrest. I think you're under arrest.
You mean I have to pay HBO to use it as porn? Not for a trial. That's one of the. Please read our terms of service. Yeah, I like her. I like the. The little girl Aria. I think she's like older now.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah, Bam is. What's his name? Bam.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
With the dinosaurs.
Bam Bam.
I have no idea who she's talking about.
Looks like a lesbian author.
I saw every show for all 10 years. Oh, Bran?
That's the one.
Okay, that was close. That was my fault. The R in the end could look like an M.
Can he walk yet?
No.
Okay.
He'll never be able to walk again.
That was the hot queen.
The
She
hot
made that
queen's
happen.
brother pushed him off a balcony, if you
That's
remember.
right. They were in
made-
a hay barn or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he has to be in a wheelchair and stare at you awkwardly.
Yeah,
and
he
do
didn't see
nothing.
that coming.
Yeah. No, he did not.
This is the best review of Game
Oh,
of Thrones
yeah,
ever.
yeah. Yeah. No, they had a 7-season lead, and they are really blowing it on this final season.
That's
This,
what I see, yeah.
I'm finding it terrible. Biggest Game of Thrones deaths, little spoiler. You ready?
Sure.
The rating in common fucking sense. It's horrible. This is a terrible show. These Raiders.
I love that.
You just made people fast forward through your joke.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
That's what I say watching. It's disgusting what's going on.
What? Is he
Oh,
saying?
that's when the hot queen was walking through the street.
And they cut her hair and embarrassed her.
That
I
was
thought
a little
she was.
excessive.
I thought she was saying Shane, and she was trying to wake someone up. I'm like, you're annoying.
From the L word, Shane.
Oh,
Keith doesn't
Speaking of
even
hot.
never heard of that. Yeah.
How do you guys go through life? Not just being dripping all over the
who
place.
says we're not?
Are you?
Yeah, you
Maybe I am.
can maintain.
I still
Oh, the L word.
supposedly people dry up as they get older, but
you-
not me.
Right. Right. What age, when does menopause hit? Are we worried about this?
About 82, I think.
Oh, yeah?
82,
It's
yeah.
really up there.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, good.
I've got my supplements. I take the juices of a young lady in there. Smoothie. Oh, God.
Well, we're now at episode 5 of season 8. And at the
Oh, it's too much math.
yeah.
Season 8,
Yeah, so
episode 5.
so that's about 13.
Okay.
So we're at about 13.
It's unlucky. I'm lucky. Unlucky.
So at the end of episode 4, you had your queen, Cersei. I'll sum this up for you. What
My
happened?
queen.
Save you a lot of time.
Sounds like Xerxes.
I guess we both have our queens.
Oh,
So
shame.
so she's facing the good guys, little handful of good guys, the bad queen that you love.
Okay, I call her the hot queen,
The
but
hot
she's
que-
bad. Okay.
The hot queen.
Okay.
Well, ever since she cut her hair, it's a little rough looking. So the hot queen,
You know, fuck the hair.
it's a little ridiculous.
Some hair, I guess, depends.
See? And are facing the good guys, or as you call them, the uggos.
Are those the people I fast forward through?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have the little guy, Jon Snow, the mother of dragons. Right there, she could kill all of them. Doesn't. That's the end of the episode. The beginning of this new episode, they go back and they plan a new strategy. It makes no sense. She is, whatever word you want to use. I'm going to use evil. She could have just killed them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what am I even watching over here?
She's like a James Bond villain.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Lets them live for no reason.
Oh, the little person, Peter
Dinklage.
Spickle. Fickle.
Yeah, Peter Finkel.
I like him a lot too.
Yeah.
I don't fast forward through him.
No, he's good.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to see him run. You fast forward him running, you feel like you're doing something wrong.
All right, well, I don't know about that, but he's always with whores, so I watch it.
Right.
He's like Jesus.
So Cersei, should I tell you what happens with her?
She's dead? She died?
She passed away.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they have the brother.
Oh, no.
He
No,
be-
wait.
Yeah.
No.
He becomes a good guy, right?
Who cares?
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he goes, guess what? I'm a bad guy. Goes and finds Cersei in the middle of war somehow, knows all the secrets and shortcuts. And then buildings are falling and they get crushed by buildings. And they put in sweet music like you're supposed to be on these freak sides.
Do they have like a last makeout session?
They hug and cry.
That's all?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you see imminent death, I mean, I don't care. I don't care what. That's my brother. Just do
Right.
it.
Your Team Evil family fuckers.
Do
Give
it.
me
I would
one
do
more.
anal. I mean, it's the end.
Right. Do us the mouth.
Yeah. Don't they have just all skirts, togas, whatever?
Yeah.
Just do it. Do everything you can. Yeah, I would totally rim. If a building was falling on me, I would totally do it.
Don't even need mouthwash.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Just wipe me off when you find me.
Right.
Yeah.
And this Daenerys, she's the mother of dragons.
Oh,
so when
she's
you're over her.
terrible.
Well, she is terrible.
She looks like she lives in Williamsburg.
She does actually. They announced that. Left of Westeros, and so she was having this celebratory scene after killing the dead.
Celebratory?
Okay. All of a sudden, words matter. So anyway,
Celebratory is what happens on May 20th.
right with Henda.
Yeah.
May 23rd. Stop trying to move it up.
So she's celebrating this Queen of Dragons, and she left the Starbucks coffee
Dragons.
cup on the table. You may have heard in the news. And it made sense. Well, she was so embarrassed by this, apparently, that she had to burn down all the scenery. So she gets on a dragon and all of a sudden starts murdering innocent people out of the blue. Totally not her character.
Yeah.
That's how dumb this show's gone.
Yeah. She has no character.
She really does not.
Yeah.
She's not a nice person.
Yeah.
You know? She doesn't show her tits anymore. I don't know if that ever excited you in the beginning with her. She used to do that a lot.
Oh,
Then
well,
she got
yeah.
famous.
Well, I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to,
But you have
No,
sound
wait,
too
what is that?
militant.
What do you mean?
Well, just that show is it's just so rapey, I mean,
Yeah.
that's really that's kind of how they got the following, I think, because there wasn't anything extraordinary about their plots and all this and that, It was just like lots of tits. And I know this because this married woman told me about it, and that's how I started watching it. But I still think it's wrong.
I'm thinking the people that, I mean, again, this show's been going on for 10 years, so people have been naming their children these characters' names.
Oh.
Daenerys, Sansa.
And then
Peter.
what they turn into
And then they turn
rapists?
into a rapist or a nonsensical murderer. The mother of dragons is purely evil now.
Good. Maybe we could stop taking people's names so fucking seriously. Sorry, my name is Chemda. Now I have to explain it for the rest of my life. Oh, why were you named that? Go have a conversation with my parents. I feel away.
I do want to talk to your parents.
Could you?
Yeah.
What are you going to say to them?
I'm going to say, I didn't touch her. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. So,
You can ask for pointers.
Well, anyway, if you're curious, I do know what happens at the end of Game of Thrones, and hot pie sits on the throne. So that's just a little spoiler for everybody. Have you been following? And no offense, no pressure if you haven't. My dad's emails in regards to the
Yes.
show. My dad wrote my ex-wife, and then I pretended to be my ex-wife, and now I'm rating my dad. And
do you get dressed up like her?
yes, I do actually to get in the moment. Yeah.
You got a little planner.
I
and a little
talk.
skirt. Yeah.
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 I part my hair, everything. I got a new one from him. After a week. I said, you know what? Let's just see if he gets thirsty. And you know what? A couple days went by, and I was like, oh, interesting. I wonder if this will be the end, but I doubt it.
I called a week, and it was exactly a week.
It was. Let's see. May 4th was the last one, and then May 12th was the newest one.
Yeah, that's about a month.
Yeah. No, you did great. If you remember,
First trap.
yeah. So I'm curious. Like, what do I do? How do I can't even think of exciting questions unless I get into piss play.
I got one.
But yes,
You got
please.
one?
What
Want
do-
to know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I was thinking about this. And people are coming up with some good things. I don't know if they came up with this one. I know this is kind of weird, but I would just say, like, sincerely as fake cat.
Right. Sincerely, as a liar.
I
What
would
should I do?
say, this just doesn't feel right. I'm going to stop this. Did you get that possibility yet?
I haven't done that yet.
Because if you did that, then, I mean, if you wanted to get more out of your dad, then
Right.
he would try to lure you in, and then he'd use all his ammo.
You know what? If you want to know what your dad feels about you, maybe say from Kat, like, do you think I should get back together? But I think Keith is, and then maybe name 3 adjectives that are somewhat negative, but not completely derogatory or fucked up, not like being mean, and then see if he can convince her that you're a good person.
Somebody wrote a good idea was to write, Keith keeps making up this story about having to dig holes. Why is he such a weird liar?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's so funny. Or like, I don't know, we might like get that from him, like how he feels about you, and then start talking about children. Like, I'm nervous about disciplining children. We have different methods. What is your method?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What's the best way to discipline children?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he likes giving advice so much that he'll skip the step in the head. How does any of this questioning make sense?
Right.
He'll just be proud to give advice.
Yeah.
The last email.
Oh, yeah. And also how to hit on you again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because she said, I am moving back to New York and I want to know if to pursue Keith. And he said, yes, pursue Keith. But how do you, as an ex-priest and as a Christian, tell someone to interfere in a relationship that you already have in order to get what you want?
Right.
So how is he going to, like a friend, quote unquote, say, yeah, fuck Kyle, get you in there?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't remind him that he's an ex-priest so that he can just go for it.
But he loves that. He thinks as an ex-priest, he is saying a higher level of shit,
Yeah.
no matter what shit is
Okay.
coming out of his mouth.
Right.
So yeah, ask her the tactics that she should take in order to get you back, because I would love to hear that. I would love to hear your dad fucking wingmanning your ex to get you back.
Okay. Here's the email that came in just to remind you from May 4th. I said, fake Catherine said, hey, here's some questions you've been ignoring. I'd like the answers to these. Nice try, trickster. Right?
In cat language, which is,
a little
smoother than Keith.
A little sweeter. And he said, they are all good questions. They sound sincere, so I will answer them.
Ah, you qualify.
Whoa.
I put you through the machine.
Right. Let us take them one at a time. No, all at once. I want a riddle. As for my relationship with Keith, it became strained the summer prior to his 11th grade in high school. He just started acting differently in many, many ways. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened, Marga. I started almost giggling when he paddled me at 16 years old. I think
No.
that's what happened.
Did he paddle you hard?
He would try, but he's old and I'm 16. And, when you paddle my ass, it doesn't hurt that much. And
He would. The intention was to paddle him hard, but the execution became harder and harder for the older he
Right.
got. But the intention absolutely was there, because he took the encyclopedia, the letter that was the thickest, so that it can hit the hardest.
Oh, so he'd use a book.
But
Yeah.
somehow, looking back, he knew the line. Like, he knew, oops, I can't go further than this, or something bad will happen. Like, maybe if you were abused at home and you're thinking, well, why didn't he go for a belt in your back? And I'm like, because looking back, that I would have went, whoa. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
paddling sounds different than whipping.
he escalated slowly. And so I went with it, almost like, boiling an animal alive.
Yeah.
And if all of a sudden something was different, it's like, oh, no, this is what people mean. You can fight your parents. And so he knew instead that was just the end. And I think that was the end of his power. And that's him saying, I changed.
So you think
Changed.
you
Wow.
think if you didn't have like actual physical strength at that point, that he would have escalated it more?
Yes, without question.
So he was scared of you a little?
Yeah. I think something for him to stop paddling, it wasn't my age, because I was already too old. It would have been him thinking, I'm not able to do this anymore. It got to the point where he would take the encyclopedia and he couldn't even hold it properly when it would to hit my ass. He kind of threw it at the end and it kind of like opened and fell to the floor. It was flaccid. It was pathetic. It was laughable.
It's kind of like, if you think about it, it's bully behavior. The
Yes.
bully will hit you, and then remember, like, you hit a bully back, and
Right.
that bully was done with you.
Yeah, that was the end of it.
They go low hanging fruit.
Right. And so, it disgusts me at 16 to go, I could have done this at 14. I could have done this at 10, just laughing and be like, what are you doing? But I didn't.
Yeah,
But he wasn't that old though. I mean, like that he couldn't smack you. I mean, I don't get it.
He's 79 now, so
Oh,
he might have been
79.
up
Okay.
there. Yeah.
All right.
I know. I think on one show I said 69. I was just thinking dirty.
I heard that,
Right.
and then
I
I felt very
misspoke.
bad for myself, because of my age. It's
Right.
like, oh my god, oh this is good news for me.
Now at 60, he should have been able to swing a book at you.
I can swing
Right.
a book at you.
Right. It became strained the summer prior to his 11th grade in high school. He just started acting very differently. He wouldn't take a paddling like a bitch. In many, many ways, mainly, he was opposed to anything he saw as an authoritative directive, no matter who it came from. It reached a high point soon after his graduation. I left the house.
I mean, but,
You wouldn't know anything about me after my graduation.
If you think about it, when you hear parents talk at the times where they're criticizing their kids, they should be very proud. He should be very proud that you started questioning authority and that you started pushing back. But because it creates like a lack of authority in him, he's just being a bitch about it.
Reached the high point after his graduation. Then a few short years later, he chose to move to New York. I never thought that he should have moved out on his own. At that time, he simply wasn't prepared to do so. He did not have an apartment or a job or any substantial amount of money set aside for such an endeavor.
And what did you have? What preparations have you made in life?
Right.
You can't even remember your wife's birthday. Stop yourself.
Not an easy way to start off on one's own. We are now probably closer than we have ever been before his junior year in high school.
Wow.
We're the closest. We're so fucking close.
You are pretty close, but he doesn't even know how close.
Right. We're actually talking right now.
You're making love.
Actually, it is quite amazing what he has accomplished, considering the rough start that he must have had during his early years in New York. I've always loved him greatly and worry about his well-being. To this very day, I've seen his sensitivity that he tries to hide. Don't know why. From the time of his early childhood, his ego does seem to need constant reminder of his talents, of which he has many.
What a fucking negging way to compliment you.
Aw, thanks.
I mean, he needs it, so yeah, he's talented.
Now, this I enjoyed very much. My wife and I will have been married 51 years this month. And now that we're adults, it's almost okay, good for you, but it's a little laughable. When you're at weddings and they go, how long have you been together? And this couple stands up, 50 years, and everybody claps, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caveat, we don't believe in divorce even if he rapes me. But yeah. Right. We've been together for 50.
He says, any married person who has married a long time and who tells you that they have always gotten along is lying. We came very close to calling it quits on several occasions. Thank God neither of us felt this way at the very same time.
By the way, that's not okay. That is not okay. To come close to breaking it off with a marriage, I don't know. I think you're supposed to actually consider breaking it off.
Well, it's not okay to keep telling your son Keith that it's his fault that you're about to divorce.
Did they do that to you?
Yeah.
How clearly did they do that?
Oh, my dad was clear. You're living with you is living hell, and we're gonna get a divorce because of you. And it was so ridiculous. I knew it wasn't believable.
Wait, was it directed at you or the kids?
To me, at me. So maybe separately at the other kids. I don't know.
Was your mom part of the conversation?
No.
How old were you?
Teenager. And I knew it was just bullshit. I'm like, no, not true.
It's still shitty.
He got so goofy that I knew, like, no.
Oh, I love when people show their colors because then it becomes more like, all right, like we're all seeing this. This is fucking nuts.
Right.
I'm not making it up anymore.
And again, there was 5 of us, so we're sharing each other's goofy stories. They all match up, and you're like, okay, well, of course we're not breaking up our parents.
That is really lucky. I do think like if you're an only child and you don't have somewhere to, but you're an only child.
Yeah, my parents fought for years. I was so happy when they divorced.
Yeah.
Because it was just terrible. They basically, once they had me, they just had their affairs and whatnot, and fought and accused each other of cheating, and they were cheating. And then finally they divorced, and it was like, oh, no more yelling.
Wow. How old were you?
When they divorced?
Yeah.
I was 12.
And that's a weird age, but you were really genuinely relieved?
Yeah, because the fights were really scary. And, my mom was actually the more physical, aggressive person. And so, yeah, it's just really scary to hear that. And they were in show business, so the fights would happen at 3, 4, 5 in the morning when they both got home.
Why do you think they got together?
They got together because they were cute.
Yeah.
And they were both in show business, and my father had already been married twice. And so that's just what you did, My mother probably insisted that they would have to get married to have sex. And so they were both, they were kind of like a little duo, like Lucy and Ricky, So everybody wanted them to be married. So they got married, and then they just had a fake marriage for so many Years.
How long were they together before they divorced?
They again, I think that the marriage kind of felt like my mother told me she found out through a gossip column in a Spanish paper that my father was with somebody else. She was baking a cake, and she remembers she threw the cake in the garbage, and she was a terrible baker, so the cake was really loud. And
What's in this column?
that he was seen with another woman. It was like a,
He was very well known.
Right.
Like really well
in
known.
like an El Diario in New York that I think still exists.
They wrote his name like it's not even a blind item.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah. So, just seen on the town. So my mother, and then, eventually she was a belly dancer, and she left the Spanish show business circuit that my dad was in. And then she started dancing in regular nightclubs, and, with like, there'd be comedians like of the 50s and 60s, like this guy, Alan King, all that, generation of comedians. And so she danced at these clubs, and, guys were always throwing themselves at her. And so.
You think she threw back?
Yeah, they both just had their private lives, and then, but, lied to each other. And yeah, that's just how they did it.
You ever think about how that affected you?
I was just thinking that, yeah. Is that why I'm banned from Tinder? Because of my parents?
Well, you don't, I don't know if you don't like or you just don't have long-term relationships pretty often, right?
Oh, I've had like 3 long, but the longest relationship has always been about 6 or 7 years, and they tend to like peter out by then. But one thing about me, and I know everybody says this, and you never know who's true, but I'm, if I make a promise for monogamy, then I keep it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not monogamous anymore, of course, because, building's going to fall on me any moment, so I'm not making any promises. But in my life, I've always felt that was important. If you give your word, to keep it.
Are you not monogamous for life or just for the moment?
Well, life, how much of that do I have left? Like, where I'm still cute. So
All of it?
So I'm not, yeah, I just think that word is, it's not necessary. It's kind of like, everyone's non-binary. It's just like, if it's not working out, you're going to be with somebody else. So I just feel like everyone should be honest about it. I mean, naturally, I think I'm not that social, so I think one person would be, hard enough for me to work it out with. So that's my natural inclination. But I think you just always kind of have to check in with each other and see where you're at and what you want. And, it's kind of hard because you have to eventually, if you're in a relationship, you want to buy stuff together, or you want to move in together, and then that gets awkward.
Do you, or do you think that's what we kind of push for? Can you be with someone and just kind of live separately? Because you seem like you like your own space, and that you might love someone even more if they weren't in it all the time.
Yes, the kind of person I want would have like no time for me. That's, and then we just kind of get together. When we get together, don't have to talk on the phone all the time. A text here and there would be fine.
You keep getting them work. Baby, you're great for my career, but Jesus, we never have time to see each other. Oh, we don't? Well, anyway, you have another audition. Now my dad says we are both very happy that we stayed together. Well, now this story is great. Well, I was entertaining aboard a cruise ship. He just has to say this. It's like P.S. I was entertaining aboard a cruise ship. A lady who was a multi-million-dollar beneficiary from her deceased father offered me marriage and the life of a millionaire. And at the same time, I was offered the job of cruise ship director by the cruise line. A very high-paying job.
Was he on the Dianetics boat and just confused? Like, what is happening?
He goes, wow.
Yeah, it was either they throw me off the boat or I become captain of the ship.
It still blows his mind.
Life is weird.
You'll probably understand when I say, wow. A multi-million-dollar woman wanted to marry me.
Specifically, from where did she get her multi-millions?
Her dead dad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
We were in luck. She didn't even have to work a lot. We could just be
Right.
fucking and sucking. It's the dad. And he's dead. So I don't have to explain my divorce to him. Wow. Everything is coming up roses.
She was 90 years old, but still, wow.
Right. On top of that,
Yeah, there is so much loaded on that because he's also saying I'm not making a woman work. There's less evil in this.
Yes.
There's less that we would have to explain, meaning like this would line up and it would make sense for me to leave, and that's how hard it is.
on top of that, Kathy and I had a strain going on in our marriage over some stupid thing or another. We call that stupid thing or another, Keith. Strangely enough, I had never only, now this he makes clear, I had not only never kissed this woman, but we never even held hands. Now here's what's sad to me. I believe that. But that means the whole story's made up.
Did he jerk off to her? Did he mention that?
Maybe he jerked off to
I
her.
mean, you're allowed to jerk off
But
to it.
but I'm saying she didn't say to you,
Right.
You're going to be a millionaire. I'm gonna marry you.
Right. Like if you meet someone, even if you don't have the affair, you have that energy, and you might have like done the. No, she knew by looking at me and whatever the fuck I was doing on the cruise that she wanted to give me her millions.
I think she
and
likes
her
me
puss.
enough.
Yeah. How long was the cruise? 40 days, 40 nights? What's happening? How long could you be out at sea 100 years ago? What's going on?
Let's see. However, I obviously love my life more than the multi-million-dollar offer.
Yeah, okay. You
that was a
don't love
Love
your
Boat
life.
episode. That was Love Boat. He stole Love Boat. Yeah, plagiarist.
Right, he might,
Then
you
my-
might have solved the mystery.
Then my friend said, the plane. And
Hey,
the plane
boss.
was coming in.
The boat was in the bathtub.
I am certain that I did the right thing. Yeah, you're so certain. You told Keith this story 50 times as he was growing up, by the way.
Ew, you did hear this story?
Yeah.
No.
By the way, fathers...
I didn't know it was a cruise ship. I just knew he had $1 million offer, and I rolled my eyes and nothing else registered.
But didn't he tell that story to Fake Cat before, also in a couple of other emails?
Well, this is the next to last one, so I'm summing people up. So.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I think we said it all. I just can't.
I'm certain that I did the right thing. Humans are always going to be tempted in one way or another, when you look like me, is implied, about one thing or the other. I have had many such offers in my life. No, you didn't.
No.
Oh, wow.
Never quite so lucrative, but the offer to cheat on one's spouse is always there, even
Sloppy
without
seconds.
looking for it. But being tempted and succumbing to temptation is not the same thing. Yeah, I'd love to see his moves. If God is in the relationship with both parties, it seems that'll work out, blah, blah, blah. And then I asked him about State College when he said four gay people forced gay sex on him. But I don't know if that happened. And you
Four?
It happened 4 times.
Wow.
I really think this is all obviously homophobic. I think a lot of people, a lot of guys think that when gay guys are talking to them, they're hitting on them because they think gay guys are forceful, which means rapist, which... The thing is you're speaking from your straight mind because you think of all straight guys as rapists. That's why you don't go to his hotel room or his. So it's just all coming from this weird. Of course they want to fuck me. They're predators. They all have like fun sex parties. That's all they think about.
Did they offer him $1 billion? They all wanted to give me $1 billion. They wanted to force this money on me.
So Catherine says, State College, huh? Because Keith never heard of this. You went to the seminary. You were a priest. He said, the state college that I attended was in Youngstown, Ohio, state-affiliated public college. My majors were business and chemistry, and my minor was education.
Sorry, which state college? I gotta look this up. What was it? Describe state college.
It would have been night and day difference between it and the seminary. End of story. So you applied for every major and minor, but you obviously didn't do it.
What
so
did
what are
he
you
say?
bragging about?
State college where?
Youngstown, Ohio. My wife loves to go to church. I have a church in my house. I'm a jerk off, sacrament of reconciliation, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So then,
Oh my God, does she love to go to church?
May
She loves to go downstairs.
right, May 12th. But no, my mom doesn't go to my dad's church. She goes to the real church. My dad goes to his own church.
Oh, he's not jealous?
Or upset, like,
My
you don't
church.
take my church seriously.
Yeah.
It's a church of what? By the way, the rules are where 3 or more are gathered in my name, I am there, says the Lord. He's the only one in his church, so he sets up mirrors, this weirdo. He thinks that counts.
Well, I feel like it's the place where he has authority. So the only reason he wants your mom to go there so that he can keep being like the patriarch and the head and whatever.
Right. So then about a week goes by, and my dad writes, "Did the religious talk scare you away?"
Do you think that's all you said, sir?
Right.
The religious talk? It's hard to Google your fucking college.
Commitment, especially religious commitment, scares most people more than they
Look
want
how
to
much
admit.
responsibility he takes on himself in life.
So my ex started dating a woman, and my dad knows this. So this is where he's deciding to go now. Remember, I said right from the beginning, believing in the historicity, is that a word? Historicity of a man named Jesus is not hard to do, but believing in his divinity, that would require a change in our lifestyle. And that's a whole different matter, isn't it?
Historicity is a word. Historical authenticity.
We tend to want to say, I can make the commitment when I get old. Do you think that many who were in those towers that came down that fateful day in New York City thought they had many, many years ahead of them to make such future choices?
Hashtag never forget.
The end.
Anal.
That's where we're at right now.
Wow. Wow.
That's heavy.
Wow.
It's simple, actually.
I miss the pervy dad. This guy is too religious. I'm scared.
Yeah, I think
9/11.
how do I get Keith back? Because otherwise he's gonna go on and on about religion.
So anyway, how do I get Keith back?
Okay. Here's what the poll will be.
Okay.
Is it, how do I get Keith back?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like what ways? What?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to go
Multiple
about
choice.
His food.
logistically.
What's his favorite food?
You should say logistically, I don't know where to begin or how to go about
Okay.
getting Keith back.
Especially with him and the Stopey family that he's in love with now.
Yeah, like is it an intrusion? You know, if it was meant to be, is it okay to intrude? This way she can tell him, hey, this is okay, so that he can give her pointers.
Right. Or, and I'm not saying this has to be the end,
Okay.
or does Catherine say, well, actually, the reason I haven't been rating all week is because I'm really thinking it's best to clear my conscience and still get with Keith, perhaps, and forward him all these emails.
No.
And-
She can have a conscience after this next phase.
But
she can always have a conscience.
You're ready to cry because you're getting nervous that this is the end. I believe my dad will explain why. No, it's you have to keep a secret. I had a secret. That's what I.
Oh,
keep.
but you could save that one.
Yeah, but then you're worrying him. Now he's concerned that everything he's going to say will come to you. You're giving him a heads up. I can forward this with one button. That shuts somebody down.
That's the end.
Okay.
Just one more. Just one more, Keith.
One more. Marga, that's not how you negotiate. I'm Israeli. Stop it.
Well, Marga knows you have to say one day at a time. That's how you trick people.
Baby steps. So yeah, maybe multiple choice, and then that would give him other prompts to write about.
You have to
Like-
be direct. He ignores what he wants, so you have to have one question at a time. You got to focus him.
Oh,
He's got a lot of time on his hands. He can go anywhere he wants with this. So
All right.
we got to really hone in.
Okay, so then I guess the poll is Marga too old? All right.
Does she sound old?
I don't think
Is her
so.
voice youthful?
That's when people talk, you have to listen, and you're saying you're old. I don't know. I didn't hear it. All right. Marga, what's the best place if someone wants to go and fuck you? What do they do?
Because I think you said, "What's the butt place?" But we'll just keep. Well,
Freudian
you know,
slip.
I updated my website, margagomez.com, and yeah, follow me on Instagram, the Marga Gomez.
So slide into your DMs is the best way.
Oh, I just wish somebody would.
What's a good first line? You look hot. That's a good first line. You like it like out in the open?
Well,
or?
definitely nothing religious.
Okay.
You look 35.
Okay.
That would be a good line. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All right.
So now we know.
yeah.
Yeah. How
Just
about
good line. Okay, opening line. I'm alive. How about that?
I have a TV tray for two?
I have a TV station.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw your show. You're so charismatic.
All right,
Is that a
everybody.
good line?
Yeah, I say you're ridiculous.